Have you ever wondered how many words you speak in a lifetime? The average person, by the time they reach 70, will have spoken enough words to fill over 13,500 page books. A library of your own making. And if you were to stack those books, the tower would be over 2 miles high. A 2-mile-high monument to everything you've ever said. The promises, the jokes, the secrets, the arguments, the explanations. Most of that tower, and you know this, is filled with words that meant nothing. They were the loose change you dropped on the counter, the small bills you frittered away without a second thought. And I want you to imagine that tower, not as a monument, but as a tomb. A tomb for your power, your peace, your potential. Because that's what it becomes when you spend your words like a bankrupt spender, desperate for a transaction, any transaction, to feel seen. I used to be a word millionaire, or at least I thought I was. I believed my value was in my volume. If I had a thought, it was immediately public property. If I had a plan, it was a broadcast. If I felt a hurt, it was a press release. I was an open book, and I was proud of it. I thought transparency was strength. I thought explaining myself was a form of honesty. I'd walk into a room and my words would pour out of me like coins from a torn pocket, clattering and rolling everywhere, under tables, into corners, lost. I'd leave conversations feeling drained, feeling lighter in the worst way, like I'd given away pieces of my skeleton to anyone who would listen. I was so eager to connect, to be understood, that I auctioned off my inner world for the cheap thrill of a nod, a moment of agreement. I was a philanthropist of my own spirit, and I was funding everyone's opinion of me. I remember a specific meeting years ago. I was pitching a project I truly cared about, something I'd dreamed of for years. And there was a man in the room, silent, his hands steepled, just watching. I talked so much. I explained every detail, preempted every possible objection, revealed my entire strategic roadmap. I showed them the blueprint, the wiring, the foundation, and even the paint swatches for a house I hadn't even built yet. I gave them everything. And when I finished, breathless, the silent man simply nodded and said, "Interesting." That was all. A week later, I found out he'd taken the core of my idea, the unique twist I'd so generously explained, and given it to someone else to execute. I felt violently robbed, but I hadn't been robbed. I had handed him the keys to the vault, and then turned my back, whistling. I had financed my own betrayal with a zero-interest loan of my most valuable words. That was the moment the metaphor clicked, and it clicked with the sound of a deadbolt sliding into place. Your words are not just sounds. They are currency. They are the minted coins of your attention, your intention, your energy. And most people spend them the way a broke person spends their last $10. Desperately, impulsively, on things that provide no lasting value, just a fleeting distraction from the emptiness. You spend words on gossip that turns to ash in your mouth. You spend them on arguments you can't win and shouldn't fight. You spend them on over-explaining your choices to people who have no stake in your happiness. You spend them on promises you're too weak to keep. And at the end of the day, you are word broke. You are spiritually bankrupt. You look at your account and there's nothing left for the things that actually matter. The deep conversation with a loved one, the firm command to a subordinate, the quiet promise to yourself. You've given it all away, and all you have to show for it is noise. Think about the last time you were in a conflict. Your heart was pounding, your face was hot, and the words started tumbling out, a flash flood of justification and accusation. Each word was a withdrawal from your emotional bank account. You were spending your composure to buy a sliver of momentary righteousness. By the end, you were drained. You'd spent your peace. You'd paid for a fight with the very currency of your sanity. Now, imagine the alternative. Imagine saying nothing. Imagine letting the other person's words hang in the air, unpaid for. Your silence in that moment isn't a deficit. It's a massive deposit. It earns compound interest in power. With every second you don't speak, your value in that room goes up. They are spending, you are saving. They are devaluing their own currency, you are fortifying yours. Your silence forces them to listen to the one voice they can no longer control, their own. And in that uncomfortable quiet, they often talk themselves into a corner, revealing their hand, while your hand remains a mystery, a full house you haven't even had to show. This is the first rule of word wealth. Stop giving away your power for free. When you talk too much, you are essentially running a charity for other people's curiosity. You are giving people free access to your plans, your emotions, your weaknesses. You are posting the blueprints to your fortress online and then wondering why you keep getting invaded. Your dreams, spoken too soon, lose their magic. They become public domain, subject to the opinions and doubts of others, which are a dime a dozen. Your pain, revealed to the wrong person, becomes a weapon they can use against you later. Your anger, expressed uncontrollably, is a signature on a blank check, giving them permission to define you as emotional, unstable, weak. You are paying them to hurt you. I learned to build a vault, not out of fear or misanthropy, but out of a profound new respect for what I carried inside. My thoughts became my gold bullion. My plans became my treasury bonds, maturing in quiet. I started to see every potential conversation as an investment decision. Is this person a worthy investment? Is this topic going to yield a return in understanding, in connection, in progress? Or is it a junk bond, a speculative gamble that will almost certainly fail? You don't owe the world an explanation for everything. You don't owe your coworker a detailed breakdown of your weekend. You don't owe an internet stranger a debate that drains your soul. You don't owe your critic a justification for your life. Every time you try to explain yourself to someone who is already committed to misunderstanding you, you are just giving them more ammunition. You are funding their opposition. Stop financing your own enemies. The second rule is to understand that scarcity creates value. This is a fundamental law of economics and of human psychology. The more there is of something, the less any single unit is worth. Speech is a currency. The more you print, the less it's worth. Think of the person you know who never stops talking. Their words become background noise. A hum? You stop listening because you know there's always more coming. There's an infinite supply. Now, think of the quietest, most powerful person you know. When they speak, what happens? The room leans in. Ears strain. Their words have weight. They land with a thud because they are rare. They are not printed on cheap paper. They are minted from something precious. Your silence is the central bank that controls the inflation of your speech. The less you speak, the more each of your words is worth. Your yes becomes a contract. Your no becomes an iron door. Your opinion becomes a sought-after commodity. This isn't about becoming stoic or unfeeling. It's about becoming intentional. It's about moving from being a spender to being an investor. An investor doesn't just throw money at every opportunity that looks shiny. They do their research. They assess the risk. They are patient. They wait for the right moment. You must become an investor of your words. Before you speak, ask the simple, brutal question. What is the return on investment? Is this word, this sentence, this conversation going to build my reputation? Is it going to increase my influence? Is it going to protect my energy? Is it going to add to my peace? If the answer is no, you are making a charitable donation. And while charity has its place, you cannot philanthropize yourself into poverty. There is a pain in this transition, a deep, visceral pain. It's the pain of biting your tongue when every fiber of your being is screaming to be right. It's the ache of holding a beautiful secret, a dream, close to your chest and not sharing it, letting it grow in the dark soil of your silence. It's the discomfort of allowing yourself to be misunderstood because you know that trying to correct the record would cost you more than the misunderstanding itself. This pain is the tuition you pay for your power. Every time you choose silence over trivial speech, you are making a deposit. Every time you choose a simple, firm, I disagree, over a heated, 1,000-word essay on your righteousness, you are buying shares in your own composure. The interest compounds faster than you think. I started small. I began with my morning. I would drive to work in silence, no podcast, no music, no phone calls. Just me and the hum of the engine. It was agony at first. My mind was a screaming marketplace of thoughts demanding to be expressed. But I held the line. I was the guard at the gate. During the day, I would consciously remove myself from gossip. When someone came to me with a juicy bit of nothing, I would simply nod and not contribute. I wouldn't add my own coin to their petty transaction. In meetings, I would force myself to wait, to listen, to let others spend their capital first. I discovered that by the time I spoke, I often had a clearer picture, a better question, a more profound insight. My words were no longer the first draft of my thinking. They were the final, edited version. People started to listen differently. They'd stop looking at their phones when I started to talk. Not because I was louder, but because I was quieter. I had created a deficit of my speech, and that deficit created demand. The third rule is the most important one. Your words build your reality. This isn't a metaphor. It's a neurological fact. The stories you tell out loud, to yourself and to others, become the architecture of your brain. They carve the neural pathways that you will walk down again and again. When you constantly speak of your anxieties, you are not just describing a feeling. You are building a palace for that anxiety to live in. You are wiring your brain for panic. When you narrate your failures with dramatic, permanent language, you are not just venting. You are pouring the concrete foundation for your next failure. You are literally financing your own misery. Conversely, when you are careful with your words, when you refuse to speak defeat into existence, when you guard your internal narrative like a state secret, you are the architect of a different reality. You are building a mind that is resilient, focused, and powerful. You are not denying the pain. You are simply refusing to build it a monument with your breath. I had to fire the irresponsible banker that lived in my head. The one who would approve any loan of words, no matter how risky. The one who would let me complain for an hour about a trivial inconvenience, taking out a massive high-interest loan on my peace of mind. I had to become a ruthless CFO of my own consciousness. I started to audit my internal dialogue. When I heard myself starting to catastrophize, to complain, to explain my own limitations to myself, I would shut it down. Not with force, but with a simple, firm, no investment. I would visualize the words as money, and I would see myself throwing it into a furnace. The pain of watching my energy burn away was a powerful deterrent. I started to only spend my internal words on things that built me up, on plans, on gratitude, on quiet affirmations. The change was not immediate, but it was tectonic. The background static of my life began to fade. A quiet confidence began to grow in the space that was left. It was a confidence built not on what I had said, but on all the things I had chosen not to say. This practice extends to your promises. A promise is the biggest financial instrument you can issue. It's a bond against your future self. When you make a promise casually, you are selling debt. You are obligating your future time, energy, and integrity. Most people are drowning in this debt. They have promised more than they can ever deliver. Their word is worthless because they have issued too much of it. It's hyperinflated. To restore the value of your word, you must stop issuing so many promises. Under-promise and over-deliver is not just a business cliche. It is the path to restoring your personal credit score. When you do this, your ATL becomes the most trusted currency in your relationships. People know that if you say it, it is as good as done. That reputation is worth more than all the hasty emotional promises in the world. Let's talk about arguments. An argument is a speculative bubble. It's driven by emotion, not value. People are investing wildly in being right, in winning, in destroying the other person's position. The market is feverish, and like all speculative bubbles, it always pops. And when it pops, everyone is left poorer. You've spent your emotional energy, your time, your peace, and for what? A Pyrrhic victory that tastes like dust. The truly powerful rarely argue. They state their position once, clearly, and then they withdraw their capital from the market. They let the other person rage and spend and deplete themselves. They know that their silence is not agreement. It is a higher form disagreement. It is a refusal to participate in a game that has no winners. The next time you feel the pull to argue, ask yourself, am I trying to build understanding, or am I trying to win? If it's the latter, you are about to make a very bad investment. Walk away. Let your silence be your final, unanswerable word. This is the rebirth. It's the moment you go from being word poor to word wealthy. It feels like a superpower. It feels like you've been given the keys to a kingdom you didn't know existed. The kingdom is your own mind, your own life, your own peace. The noise of the world begins to feel distant, like traffic outside a well-insulated house. You are no longer buffeted by every opinion, every criticism, every demand for your attention. You have a vault. You have a God. You have a strategy. Your energy, which used to leak out of you in a constant stream of chatter, now pools inside you, deep and still. This energy becomes a resource you can draw on for your real work, for your creativity, for your loved ones. You are no longer draining your battery to power other people's dramas. The world is designed to make you spend your words. Social media is a casino, encouraging you to place bets with your opinions, to gamble your peace for likes and retweets. The 24-hour news cycle is a constant pressure to have a take, to be outraged, to spend your focus on things you cannot change. Office politics is a marketplace of gossip and trivialities. If you are not intentional, you will be spent. You will be broke by noon, and you will spend the rest of your day trying to borrow against a future you've already mortgaged. You must become a contrarian. While everyone else is spending, you must be saving. While everyone else is printing currency, you must be backing yours with gold. Your gold is your silence, your thoughtfulness, your action. So how do you start? You start with a single day, a word fast. For one entire day, you will say nothing that is not essential. You will not offer an opinion unless it is directly asked for and necessary. You will not engage in gossip. You will not explain your actions unless it is legally or morally required. You will not complain. You will not argue. You will be polite. You will be professional. You will be kind. But you will be silent. You will feel the urge, the almost physical pressure to speak. That pressure is the addiction to spending. It's the same itch a gambler feels walking past a casino. You must feel it and let it pass. You must sit with the discomfort. And at the end of that day, you will feel a strange new sensation. It will feel like wealth. It will feel like you have a secret. Because you do. The secret is that you have more than everyone else. You have unspent power. You have unrealized potential. You have a quiet that is growing more valuable by the second. Then, you make it a week. Then, a lifestyle. You don't become a monk. You become a sovereign. You are the ruler of your own inner kingdom, and you are careful about what you export. You begin to measure your words like a jeweler measures diamonds, by the carat, with precision and awe. You understand that a single, well-chosen word can be worth 10,000 careless ones. You start to savor the power of a paused response. You learn the strength in a simple, I'll think about it, instead of a hasty, yes. You discover the freedom in a polite no that requires no further explanation. Your life becomes less about managing the fallout of your words and more about building with the capital you've saved. This is the one change. This is the single most important shift you can make. It is not about your diet, your exercise routine, your morning ritual. It is about the very fabric of your interaction with the world. It is about treating your words with the same reverence, the same fear, the same strategic calculation as you would a limited supply of a priceless resource. Because that is what they are. Every time you speak, you are spending a piece of your soul. Make sure you are getting a worthy return. The world will try to break your silence. People will call you aloof, arrogant, mysterious. They will poke and prod, trying to get you to spend. They will try to provoke you into an argument, lure you into gossip, force you to explain yourself. See these attempts for what they are: requests for a withdrawal from your account. You are under no obligation to approve them. Your value does not decrease based on their inability to see your worth. Let them talk. Let them spend. You stay quiet. You stay rich. The most powerful thing you will ever own is not your house, your car, or your portfolio. It is the silence you carry within you. It is the unspoken thought, the unshared plan, the unvented frustration. That silence is a fortress. It is a garden. It is a bank vault. It is the fertile ground from which everything of true value in your life will grow. You have been giving it away for free your whole life, trading it for validation, for conflict, for the empty calories of conversation. Stop. Today. Right now. Take a vow of intentionality. Let your first act of power be the decision to say nothing. Just for this moment. Feel the weight of it. Feel the potential. That is your true currency. That is your real wealth. Guard it. Nurture it. And watch as everything in your life begins to change. Not because you are speaking more powerfully, but because you have finally learned the value of saying nothing at all. This is the path. It is quiet. It is patient. And it is yours. Now walk it.